Hey folks, and welcome back to Glenn and Adrian's Rock Talk. That's Adrian.
And that's Glenn.
And today we're returning to Band-Maid. We're going to be looking at a song live from the World Domination album called Matchless Gum. We've never looked at this song before. So chances are, like Adrian, you've probably never heard it. I've probably heard it in passing because I got World Domination not too long ago. But I haven't listened to it repeatedly yet. It's going to be a fairly new song to me. It seems to get a lot of praise in the comments. This is probably from the concert that would have promoted this particular album, but I don't know that for sure. It could be a little later. Maybe folks can help us ID the actual concert where this is. So, Adrian, any thoughts ahead before we look at this?
Oh, I'm just waiting to hear this song.
Miku's going to have her flappy pigeon on.
Oh, cool.
So Zemaida's guitar. So, yeah, all right. Let's take a look, and we'll talk about it afterwards.
All righty.
「衝撃が体を駆け巡って私の第六感に触れたんだ」「夢見心地のようだ」「一瞬断ち切った光がりついてしまった君の姿誰のせいだ」「持ってるのね眠れない」「まぶたを閉じても」裏側に映る釣れない君に惑わされてる優しくしないでよもう君に夢中さあれって思った瞬間君の目を見れなかった気がして急に不安にもなって知らない間に振り回されてるかもしれない Love me, love me baby Love me baby 誰のせいだと思ってるのねえ眠れない君に夢中さ何もかも色をまとっても君に夢中さ、yeah、眠れないまぶたを閉じたら裏側に映るやっぱり君は釣れない風情を抜け出せない誰のせいよもう君に夢中さ
Well, that's a pretty good way to spend 3 minutes. What did you think, Adrian?
Oh, my. Well, the intro, it sounded almost like some traditional sounding rock and roll.
Yeah, that's some dirty bass.
Oh, yeah. Music can be heard really well on that bass. It sounded great.
That's right. My gosh, that was something else. How about Konami there with that? She really...
Konami kicks ass on the guitar. She did that solo, both the solos she did.
It's pretty incredible stuff there. Yep.
Yeah, she shreds.
I like the way that it was put together so that, like, within the verses, there was a lot of space for the vocals, because you had kind of guitars in the back going, and the bass would just go, bam, bam, and then hang out until the next chord, bah, bah, you know? And so there was plenty of room in there to negotiate, you know. For the first time ever, I heard that vocal effect where the vocal actually cuts out for a moment, which I don't know if they do that from the soundboard. Perhaps they do, you know, maybe, but I'm not sure.
It's intentional, right?
Yeah, it's a newer effect. Psyche sounded really nice there. I like how she kind of played up the role in the song. We haven't heard the lyrics yet, but she seemed to be really into them.
Yeah, it seems like she sings with style, passion, and attitude.
Yeah, and that did look like the flappy pigeon that Miku was sporting there. I took a look on the other channel at Miku going to the Zenaida's factory and watching those guitars getting made. That was pretty cool. I'll leave that in the cards if you're interested. But it was cool to actually see it in concert. It's actually been a little bit tricky to see it. So since that was the flappy pigeon, she went and visited the factory in 2021. That's right. But yes, it was for the flappy pigeon. So I'll leave that for those of you interested in it. It was a pretty cool visit, actually. We really got to see what was going on in the factory there. Cool process. Nisa just crushing it. You know, I just love that sound that she had on that bass. It was so nasty. Akane is always right there on the rhythm, just crushing it along with the bass. They're locked in very tightly, you know.
Yeah, I didn't hear any galloping hooves on the drums, but it sounds more like regular rock and roll, which, you know, why wouldn't Akane be able to do that perfectly?
I believe Akane was in an R&B band before she was in Band-Maid, so she's played plenty of, you know, regular cover gigs with rhythm going on.
Yeah, that's good practice.
Yeah. And by this time, Band-Maid is a pretty original-sounding band, really.
Yeah.
They have their very own identity in their sound.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, so, okay. Well, pretty cool, for sure. All right, well, perhaps people can still tell us what concert that was, but it sounds like it would have been a little later than the album and sometime after COVID. Getting closer, but if people can nail down the actual date, please do so. And give your thoughts on this. Leave them below for us, and we'll take a look. Anything you think we might have missed or anything that needs clarification. If you have other suggestions for us, you can leave those too. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you enjoyed the presentation, please subscribe. All right, thanks so much for joining us today. We will catch you on the next one. Take care, folks.
See you all later.